What's up guys, it's Drac and we're back at it like a bad habit with another Out of Darts package. Guys, they send me the coolest stuff. Let's see, I don't even need a knife anymore. Look at that. All those short hours at the gym really paying dividends. So checking the order sheet here, it looks like we have 2 blasters in this package. That's right y'all, 2 reviews for the price of 1. And these are pretty exciting. So we've got 2. I've never actually like kind of shredded one of these. I feel like a raccoon. 2 blasters. I think they're both electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie. So here's the Freerunner V2, and this is the Blitz. The Blitz is much heavier than the Freerunner, which leads me to believe that the Blitz is going to be solenoid driven. It just feels like it's got that kind of weight in it, and it is. And then the Freerunner might have a regular spring-powered pusher. These are really clean designs. These are so cool. So both printed up in Blood of My Enemies, and then both done with not Filamentum, this is Galactic Black, but I think that they're running on, what is it? The Blitz is running on Loki motors, and then the Freerunner is like a secondary, so it might be running on Fangs, a little bit lower voltage. But as we pop these open, you can see both blasters, very similar. Both blasters are gonna take XT30 connections, and I like this as an update on all pistols moving forward, but I have to go charge up an XT30 because all my stuff is still XT60. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so we're back with a fully charged 3S LiPo. This one's got the proper connection, and I dig these. I did a few size comparisons while we were letting the LiPo charge, and there's a lot of merit to this. It's effectively as stripped down and bare bones as you can get a 3D printed flywheel blaster, especially a semi-auto one. And when I say that, there's like some people who have an instinct to be like, stripped down bare bones, like that's a bad thing. And it's not. This is a super compact package with ultra simple installation. And the really neat part about it being so incredibly clean and easy and simple is it keeps the cost down. So what you're effectively left with here is a flywheel blaster that does one thing well. It doesn't have multiple settings, it doesn't have an onboard computer. It's a $60 hardware kit. I think in the Freerunner's case, it's $50, and in the Blitz's case, it's $60. And that really is just gonna come down to whether or not you like a pusher style or a solenoid style for getting your darts into the flywheels. But these both have micro cages and full 130 size motors. I mean, it's snappy. It's a snappy little blaster. I'm more excited personally about showing you guys the solenoid driven one, because for an extra $10, I think that the solenoid like effect is just way too cool to ignore. But I did just want to point out real quick briefly that at a similar price point, this is, I mean, it's smaller in a lot of ways than a Nightingale. Now, that's with a magazine in. But without it, I mean, it juts out a little bit further into the back, but it's really going to come down to your loadout preferences, what magazine style you want to use. I think that, not that it's a Strife necessarily, but the Freerunner definitely feels like a Strife in that it's a super compact semi-auto flywheel blaster, mag-fed with the flywheels in front of the trigger. So, no fuss, nothing fancy. Let's transfer over this battery. Super easy to change with these thumb screws and the grip. Maybe I'm just really partial to this filament color. Oh, it looks so good. I mean, super sharp, super smooth. Those are 2 different references. It's sharp in terms of its design. It's smooth in terms of its actual ergonomic and aesthetic profile. There's nothing to snag on this blaster, so you could very easily holster it, throw it in gear, what have you. Magwell, pretty clean. It's got lots of flair built into it. I never understand why people don't build the flare into their magwell when they're 3D printing like this, but given that the blaster is 50% magwell, I mean, this is the blaster. It's nice that that has a dedicated feature there. Snub-nosed orange tip for safety, but it's got a good, like, cha-chung, cha-chung, cha-chung. Just a little bit of recoil gives you that fun and friendly feel. I dig these. These are, I think tuned down, these would be incredibly cute HVZ blasters. You could even go like, full Celine from Underworld, and like, you could absolutely, or Daniel Radcliffe, Guns Akimbo. They're slick. They're slick and they're relatively inexpensive for a first electronic hobby blaster. Like, obviously, if you want the full kit, hardware, parts, prints, everything, I think that that's going to set you back $110 for either setup. But if you want to build it yourself, I mean, you're looking at under 50, 60 bucks. And at that point, you know, you are going to have to print your own stuff, but the prints are easy. And I mean, they're all small. Like, I think the largest print is going to be the body. And I think that any standard size 3D printer would accommodate that. Very clean, designed by Chance. There's his logo on this side. Then on this side, it just says Blitz. And the Freerunner is the Freerunner V2. Ooh, ah. But my buddy Flux sent these over from Out of Darts, and I'm excited to finally get to test them out. I've seen guys running around with them at Infor. I haven't seen a ton of these on comp fields just yet, but I think that there is a setup on Out of Dart's website where you can do something with quick draw wheels, whatever that entails, and get it up to 200 FPS. And at that point, I mean, you'd have a very serious competitor to like the Griffin, which is the open source version of semi-auto flywheel blaster, open source 3D print, yada, 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 yada. Metric hardware across the board, clean prints, easy. The Freerunner does have standard heat set inserts up top, so I assume that means that if I wanted to download a rail and print one off, I could slap that up top. But I mean, overall, just a really cool design, and I like that they're mirrored this way. I think together they do probably make a loadout, which is pretty neat in and of itself. Standard size talents, I didn't see any variants for other magazines, but overall a really solid offering. You can check them out at outofdarts.com. I'll put links in the description box below. And I think from a wiring perspective, these would be a really good like baby's first electronic mod, just because, you know, that used to be stripes and barricades and what have you, and the layout of such a design is not too terribly dissimilar. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed checking these out. FPSs on both of these are like between 145 and 165, depending on what battery you're running in there and what motor combination. And Out of Darts has a full scale on the website for what you really want to achieve with that. If you want to hit harder or softer, depending on your end goals. Very comfortable blasters. Very comfortable grips. Need to build a holster for this one. I think this one's going to be coming to future events with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Much love. Nerf on. Drac out.